Hi everybody, this is Dave for the Golfin Addicts, and I'm going to do a review today on the Callaway Strata 18-piece set for beginners and casual players. It's a nice cavity back set. It comes with everything you need, a bag, driver, all the way up through a sand wedge. It also comes with a putter, club head covers. They consider it an 18-piece set. You actually get 12 clubs counting the putter and 5 head covers and a bag. I'm going to show you a little bit about everything, and I got to play about 3/4 of a season with it, so I can tell you how they felt for me and all that kind of stuff. Let's get started. Okay, first we'll talk about the bag. I didn't actually use the bag. I have a similar Callaway bag that someone had given to me that was a little bit nicer, so I used it. Things I don't care for too much on this one is the shoulder strap. It is a nice system. It makes the bag like a backpack for when you're carrying. It's got straps that go over 2 shoulders. The thing I don't like about it is the padding on the shoulder strap is not, there's not very much padding in it. It is padded, it's better than nothing. If you walk a lot though, you're probably going to want something with a little more padding like the other bag that I have. But you know, it is what it is. You're getting a full set of golf clubs for cheap, so they have to scrounge where they can, and I'll get into that more a little bit later. As for the bag, it's extremely lightweight. It's a stand bag. It's got the legs that kick out when you set it on the ground. It's got plenty of storage. Got a nice big spot on the side. It does come with a cover to cover your tops for whenever it's bad weather out. It's got a couple extra pockets on the side for your gloves, your keys and such. It's got another nice area over here, place for you to put your balls, your tees, and what have you. It is kind of thin compared to the other bag that I have. I don't know if that's going to cause a problem with durability or not, but it is something to be aware of. All in all, it's not a bad bag for, you know, somebody that's not going to play a lot. It does have a nice padding right here, so when you're carrying it on your back, it is padded against your side a little bit, which that's nice. My other bag actually does not have that. It doesn't have a full set of dividers on the top. It does have, you know, enough to separate your clubs enough that you can actually keep them separated into, you know, depending on how you organize them. I put like my woods and stuff over here, my driver and my putter, and then split my irons up between the other 3 larger pockets. Okay, so that's one of your pieces. Okay, your next 5 pieces are going to be your head covers. Why they counted the head covers is beyond me, probably so they could say they had 18 pieces. But they're not bad head covers. They're all cloth, there's no leather to them. They're not, I wouldn't say the nicest head covers in the world, but they will do what they're supposed to do, keep your clubs from clanging together and protect them somewhat. They don't just fall off, so you're not going to lose them on accident. They're actually decent head covers for what you're getting there. There's not a whole lot to say about them. This is the driver head cover. It does say Strata on it. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the clubs. First, we'll talk about the driver. It's a 45-inch driver. It comes in a 12-degree loft, which is good for beginners. The higher the loft, the easier the club is to control. A lot of people hit their irons just fine, and then they get up to the bigger clubs and they slice them and what have you. That has a lot to do with gear effect and loft. The higher the loft, the easier it is to control and what have you. So instead of giving you a 9-degree driver that you probably can't hit at all, they give you a 12, which still not the easiest thing in the world to hit when you're a beginner, but it's easier than a 9-degree driver is for that reason. I will show you a few times into playing this, probably after I've been playing for a month or so. I got a little crazy on the driving range, and I hit a ball way out of the heel when I was trying to, you know, as everybody is, trying to change their swings and do it the best they can. The reason I'm showing you this is it didn't really seem to affect the club at all. And after another 2 or 3 sessions at the driving range, hitting 100 balls each and maybe a game or two, some sort of baffle inside of this club broke loose. now it sounds like you're hitting a metal fence with an aluminum bat. Sounds completely different than it used to, which is, you know, annoying enough to me that I didn't even use it for another game. I went out and purchased another driver to replace it, simply because of that reason. It just didn't feel the same. It seemed to hit balls the same, but because of the sound, it didn't feel the same. I guess there's a lot to do with the sound and the feel and what have you. Other than that, it seems to be, you know, it seemed to be a fine driver. It is a regular flex. It seems a little whippier than some of the other regular flex clubs, but I think it's probably just fine for a beginner. The grip, you'll notice, has a nice alignment system on it. Some of these clubs have an offset to where when you're sitting them down by the ball, the club face should be closed. And if you're holding it to where the club face is open, looks like it's square, you're actually opening the face. And they put these nice alignments on here so you can tell that you have the club where it's supposed to be. Makes it a little easier for you to line up your shots and what have you. I'll show you the woods next. Here we've got the 3-wood. It's basically the same design as the driver is. It also has the graphite shaft. Same grip alignment, a little bit smaller head. The 3-wood, it comes with a 3-wood and a 5-wood. When I very first started playing, I left the plastic that came on the 5-wood, stayed on it for the first probably 2.5, 3 months that I played because I really had no reason to hit it. The gaps between my clubs weren't as big. I didn't hit them as far. The 3-wood seemed to fill the void that I needed. I'd hit it off the deck on par 5s, and that was about the only time I ever hit it. It felt pretty nice when I hit it as compared to my newer clubs. It seems about the same. This does have a regular flex shaft, which also seems a little bit whippy to me compared to my newer one, but you know, it is what it is. I'm sure it's a cheaper made. You have to take into account that you're getting a full set of clubs with a bag, driver all the way down to putter for $300, so they have to sacrifice quality somewhere, and I think the sacrifice in quality was made in the driver and the woods. Possibly the hybrids slightly, although they tended to be my favorite clubs in the bag. I usually hit them better than any other club. We'll skip over the 5-wood just because it's the same as the 3-wood, looks and everything. The hybrids, it comes with a 4 hybrid and a 5 hybrid. The 4 hybrid is 22 degrees. Sorry, these are a little dirty. I haven't cleaned them up since the last time I used them. Has the same grip, and this is one of the clubs that I will say it's a good thing it has the grip on there. I don't know if you can see this, but see how the face is slightly closed when the grip is straight up and down? That's why the alignment grip on here is so important. A lot of people will address this club like this, which will be open, and you'll have a lot of shots that'll leak off to the side. If you actually hold the club correctly, the face is going to be closed. It's going to be closed in this direction, so it's going to help you hit straighter shots. You might have already noticed that these are left-handed clubs. I am a left-handed golfer, so if things look a little funny to you, that might possibly be why. This set does come in left and right-handed. As for the hybrids, there's a 4 hybrid and a 5 hybrid. They both seem to hit very nicely. They tended to be my favorite clubs in the bag. Other than the high irons, which everybody seems to hit pretty good because of the loft, I spent a lot of time teeing off with the 4 hybrid because I couldn't seem to hit the woods or the driver without slicing it really bad, as most beginning golfers do. I was over the top and what have you, but I could almost hit this straight, and I was hitting this club almost 200 yards off the tee, so it wasn't too much of a drawback to tee off with this club. And I just got to where it has the steel shaft. It's not as whippy. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm sure the club handle is, you know, a lot shorter. That probably helped with my accuracy and what have you, but it's a really fun club. I've tried long irons since, and I don't really care for them. Like a 4-iron or whatever, I just as soon have the hybrid. I seem to hit them nice, and I like the feel of them, so that's why I prefer them. Now to the irons, you'll get a 6, 7, 8, 9, a pitching wedge, and a sand wedge. The pitching wedge, I believe, is 46 degrees, and the sand wedge is 56 degrees, I think is what they are. The irons, they have a nice cavity back. It's hollow in the bottom. That helps with the center of gravity and helps you with helps your mishits go a little further, helps you get the ball up in the air. These are a little more lofted. The loft degrees are slightly higher than some other sets. Has the same grip pattern. They do look pretty good when you're hitting them. I mean, they do have a fatter line on the top. They are a little chunkier of an iron, but as a beginner, you probably won't even notice the difference in them. They hit very nicely. When you make a clean hit, they feel good. There's no vibrations, a nice click sound. Whenever you mishit them, you'll feel it. You'll feel it for sure, but I tried other irons that weren't so friendly, and when I would mishit them, you knew you mishit them because the balls just went wherever, short. They would go off to the sides really bad. These, whenever I mishit them, I really didn't. You know, they seem to be a little more forgiving. I definitely could tell they were a more forgiving club. Now, that's all relevant to, say you hit your 7-iron 145 yards. If you hit a mishit with these clubs, it might go 135 yards, 140 yards. You hit a mishit with another set of clubs, it might go 120 yards. So, might be a little better, but it's definitely not anything to write home about. I mean, they're not so bad on mishits. So you get those irons, then you also get a putter. This is the putter that came with it. It doesn't have the same grip. It's got a flat pistol grip type. It's a smaller grip than I prefer now that I've played for a little while. The putter, I didn't really care for the putter. I don't care for this style of putter. I kind of like the mallet putters better. They fit my stroke a little bit nicer. One thing you may notice about this one, it's kind of a little scratched up, dinged up on the bottom. It does have a flat face. The reason I'm pointing out the scratches on the bottom is I only used this for 2 games, and then I ordered another one. So I can't imagine this putter is going to hold out. You know, the paint on this is probably going to look pretty bad after you've played a season with it, I'm guessing. Just based on the paint is completely worn off on this edge here, and like I said, I've only played 2 games with this and maybe practiced with it, you know, 2 or 3 times in my house, putting maybe 20 or 30 times. So if this putter has more than 100 and 120 putts on it, I'd be surprised. I mean, it's fairly new and it's already showing a little bit of wear. It feels okay. Seems to putt okay. It just doesn't fit my style, and I don't seem to putt as straight with it. And it's 35 inches overall. Okay, that concludes my review on the Callaway Strata. If you like it, go ahead and click down below and subscribe to our channel. I'll be bringing you more reviews of stuff as I get it, and thanks for watching.